Ever felt like learning something new takes forever and that you'll never get good at it? What if I told you that you can actually get pretty good at any skill in just 20 hours? Yes, just 20 hours. Sounds impossible? Well, Josh Kaufman thinks otherwise, and in today's video, we're going to break down his method to rapid learning, how to go from zero to competent in no time. So, why 20 hours? Why not 100 or 1,000? Well, Kaufman argues that in the first 20 hours of practicing any skill, you can learn enough to get the basics down and start enjoying the process. It's all about focusing on the most important elements and ignoring the fluff. Let me explain. This is not about being a pro in 20 hours, but about reaching that competent level where you actually can do something. Here's the kicker. Most people have no idea of their actual capabilities in 20 hours because they fall into the perfectionism trap. They need to be perfect even before they begin. The thing is, Kaufman's method is all about progress, not perfection. In that process, by focusing on just getting started, you've busted the biggest barrier to learning, which is the fear of failure. Now, let me break it down into 5 key steps you need to take in using those 20 hours effectively. Follow these steps, and you'll be amazed at how fast you can pick up any new skill. Step 1. Identify a particular skill, not just, I want to learn a language. That's too vague. Instead of that, narrow down to something more specific like, I want to be able to introduce myself and have basic conversations in Spanish. The key here is specificity. The more focused your goal, the more manageable it becomes. When you pick something specific, you're much more likely to stick with it. Don't try to tackle everything at once. Start small and build from there. Step 2. Break the skill down into smaller sub-skills. Kaufman says, you don't need to learn the whole thing. You only need to learn the parts that will give you the most results. Rather than thinking of how much there is to be learned, break it down into main components. For instance, if one is learning guitar, he focuses on learning only a few chords to begin with, or if it is a language, start with basic phrases and vocabulary. Step 3. Eliminate all distractions and barriers. According to Kaufman, one of the main barriers to learning is the lack of focus. He suggests that the more the number of distractions you will have, the lesser will you learn. Switch your phone off. Go to a quiet space. If you're learning online, get all your things ready before you start. Set up an environment where you can give the skill all your attention. Step 4. Focus on the 20% of the material that yields you 80% of your results. Kaufman observes the Pareto principle to such an extent that, here too, a small amount of things will deliver you the major return of it all, and therefore are to be practiced foremost instead of trying to learn a bit of everything. Not all skills, but core competencies, are the ones a person has got to lay an emphasis on. For instance, if you are learning to play guitar, then you don't have to be hung up on complex solos from the very beginning. Take only a couple of chords, which will enable you to play a great amount of songs at once. Step 5. Practice with a purpose, not for perfection. Perfectionism will be your enemy to learning new skills. You want to practice, not get everything perfect. The more you practice, the faster you'll improve. It's okay to make mistakes. Actually, it's necessary. With every mistake, there comes a lesson that helps 1 inch closer to their ultimate goal. So, don't let the fear of failure hinder your progress. Just keep going, and you'll be amazed at all you can do. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, that sounds wonderful, but does it work? Well, let me tell you, Kaufman's method isn't some theory. He has used it himself to learn skills such as yoga, programming, and even playing the ukulele. And others have followed these very principles, learning new things in record time. A deeper, stronger part of Kaufman's approach is that in helping one get across that hump of frustrations, which basically anyone learning feels right at the beginning. Once they realize something is happening in small steps, it grows more rapidly afterwards, a kind of snowball effect. The more you practice, the more motivated you actually are. There you have it then, the 5-step method to learning anything in 20 hours. It is not about becoming a world-class expert. It is about being good enough to enjoy the process, feel a sense of accomplishment, and continue growing from there. So, remember, the first 20 hours are always the toughest, yet they are the most rewarding too. What are you going to start learning today? Leave your ideas in the comments section, please. If this video was helpful for you, do not forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more helpful videos about practical personal development. Thank you for watching.